One of the key characteristics of Earth is that we experience plate tectonics, the motion of our crust. Convection is what drives that plate tectonics. And the process occurs in the lower mantle. And as we saw earlier, the lower mantle is where we have molten rock. So this molten rock is going to be able to move and flow, and that is the key to this convection. Now we also saw that in Earth's interior, the closer to the center you get, the hotter it is. Closer to the surface you get, the cooler it is. And that's also going to be key to this convection cycle. Now, where it is hotter, when you have hot material, in this case the hot magma, when things are heated, it expands. And when you take the same mass and expand it to a larger volume, that gives you a lower density. And the lower the density, the more likely it is to float. So the material at the bottom of the mantle, right outside of the outer core, is going to be the hottest, so it is going to expand the most and have the lowest density, and this is going to allow it to float up towards the upper portion of the mantle. Well, there it's going to get cooler. Because this magma is cooler, when material is cooled, it contracts. And so now you have that same mass in a smaller volume, so that's going to be a higher density. And that means it's going to sink. So our cool material up here at the top of the mantle cools and sinks back to the bottom of the mantle. And of course that cycle then will repeat. It will be heated up, it will float, it will cool, and it will sink again. And notice that there are multiple places where this is going to occur. And so each one of these little regions where you have that cycle taking place is called a convection cell. And these cells are adjacent to each other. And one of the things you'll notice is that when two cells are adjacent, both will be rising in the same place, or both will be sinking in the same place, typically. And that is part of what's going to drive each of the versions of plate tectonics, each of the plate boundaries that we are going to explore.